Good morning, Tahmina Khan is here. This is video number 2 for Modulus Function, and it is a syllabus of A-level mathematics P3. So in my previous video I have covered the few cases. So before I begin, let me just show you here. This is my blog address, tkmaths.blogspot.com. So if you want to see the link of my previously made videos, you can see here. It's user friendly. And this is my email address. If you have any query, you can send an email to me. So let's see what we have done. We discussed the syllabus of Cambridge in the previous video, and out of these 3 type of cases, we have discussed this case and this case with inequality and with equality. So, and we discussed a sketch also. So in this video we will see the last case, and this is very important case because sometimes when you just solve it and do not verify your answer, the answers you get are not right. So you have to verify which part of the answer is correct. Solution does not give you right answer all the time. Okay, so let's see the example here. Okay, so if you look at this example, I have taken 2 examples, this one and the one I have just shown you a minute ago. So I will solve both the examples. So the thing about this third case is you have a modulus function, linear function inside, and on the other side you have a line function, simple linear function without modulus. And what I said, when you're solving this, you have to ensure that answer you're getting is right or not. So let's see without a sketch first. So I'm squaring both sides because I said the best way of solving inequality is to square both sides. So I'm squaring both sides, and then simple algebra, and you know when you multiply or divide by minus sign any inequality, the sign reverses. So that's why the sign has reversed. I'm factorizing by breaking up this term into 2 terms, which is called middle term breakup. Okay, and I end up at this. Now this means I have a minimum value curve because this is plus. Coefficient of x square is plus, it means it is a minimum value curve, and it is intercepting at 1 and minus 1 over 3. So this is a rough sketch of it. Now this means greater than 0 mean this part of the curve and this part of the curve. So what are the values of x on this part of the curve if I ask you to see? All those which are greater than 1, and here all those values of x which are less than minus 1 over 3. Do not make a mistake of doing x minus 1 greater than 0 or 3x plus 1 greater than 0. We do not solve quadratic inequalities like that, right? So anyway, we got the answer from here that x is greater than 1 or x is less than minus 1 over 3. Now we have to see, are these answers correct or not? So let's see through graph. Okay, so the inequality was x plus 1 modulus is less than 2x. So y is equals to 2x if I want to draw. So this is my line, y is equals to 2x, right? And modulus x plus 1. So because in my previous video I have explained in detail how to sketch, but let me explain here again. First of all, I will draw the line y is equals to x plus 1, which is this line. If you continue, it will go like this. But because of modulus, it will be reflected in the x-axis from the x-axis, right? The part which is below the x-axis is negative. Modulus do not consider sign, so that's why we will reflect it here. So this part of the line will be y is equals to x plus 1, and this part of the line will be y equals to minus x minus 1. You multiply this minus 1 when you reflect it in the x-axis. So now if we look at the graph, this is the intersection point. How can I find this intersection point? If I pick up 2x and I pick up x plus 1 and solve it, I will get the answer. Let me show you here. So whenever we have to find intersection point of any 2 lines, we solve them simultaneously and we get the intersection point. So I am getting x equals to 1. Whereas in the solution when I showed you here, we were getting 2 answers. x, forget about inequality at the moment, so it was x equals to 1 and x equals to minus 1 over 3. But I am not getting the other answer here, which is minus 1 over 3, right? Okay, so now let's see. Question was saying modulus is less than line. It means below the line. Now this is my line. This portion is greater and this portion is less. So if I look at this line, okay, modulus is less than line. So it is here. Modulus is below the line this side, which means from here onward the modulus will be below the line. So I can say x is greater than 1. And this part of the modulus is above the line. So there is nothing here. So if you see at the sketch, there is no second intersection. So it means the only answer is x is greater than 1. So when you have a question which has modulus linear function on one side, another side only linear function, only solution will not give you the right answer. You have to verify answer with the help of a sketch. Now in the second example, I will show you verification with the help of a sketch and with the help of substitution as well. Okay, so now look at this example. First I am taking equation and then I will take inequality, right? And I told you in case of inequality and in case of equation, you have to verify the answer in this particular case where you have a modulus and a line. And I think it makes sense also. You know why? Modulus mean you're getting V shape and line mean this. So the line may intercept at 2 points or may not. So that's why verification of the answer is very important, right? Okay, so again I'm removing modulus and writing plus minus here. So one time I will use solve it with plus sign and one time with minus sign. So let's see the plus one first. Simply opening the bracket and then simple algebra, and I got x equals to 5 over 3. I hope it is clear. So now I will take here with minus sign. So it will be minus 3 plus 2x. So my other answer is coming x equals to 1. So it means the curve modulus x minus 2 and line 3 minus 2x are intercepting at these 2 points. So let's see the sketch of it now. So this is the sketch of modulus x minus 2 and this is the line 3 minus 2x. The graph is showing very clearly that it is only intercepting at one point, which is x equals to 1. So your only answer is this, correct. And you know why? Because if you look at this, here I am solving two linear equations, these two equations. So x minus 2 is this line. So in other words, if I do not make it turn, so this line will intercept somewhere here and I will get the other answer. So in this case, when you have modulus and linear function, you are getting, in this particular example, only one answer, right? The same line, if suppose if it is like this, then you may get two answers. So the cases are different. In this case, it is only one, and verification is extremely important in such type of cases. So let's see inequality on the same question. Okay, so now it is the same question, but with inequality. So I am saying modulus x minus 2 is greater than the line 3 minus 2x. So I am solving it, and I said by squaring is the best way. The graph is definitely the best, and then squaring both the side. But this does not always give you exactly the right answer. In the previous example, I showed you that we were getting two answers, and out of two, one was correct. Okay, so now I'm applying algebraic identity, which is a minus b whole square, you know, a square minus 2ab plus b square. So that formula I'm applying here. And then simply solving it like algebra and multiplying by minus sign, so sign of inequality is reversing, then factorizing, and I end up at this. Now this means the graph is intercepting at 1 and 5 over 3. So if I show you the sketch, it is like this, 1 and 5 over 3, right? And because it is saying x is less than 0, So I'm talking about this part of the curve. And on this part of the curve, the values of x are between 3/5 and 1. Right? So let's see this answer is correct or not with the help of a sketch. Because I told you verification is very important in the case when you have modulus and other side linear function. Okay, so the question was modulus x minus 2 is greater than 3 minus 2x. So let's draw. First of all, I am drawing modulus of x minus 2. And for modulus x minus 2, I will forget modulus for the time being and I will draw the line y is equals to x minus 2, which is here. This is my x-axis. Now modulus means the graph will be reflected here above the x-axis, right? Which I have shown here. It is reflected here. So now I have the modulus y is equals to x minus 2 here. Okay. So this line will be called x minus 2 and this will be minus x plus 2. So now I will draw the line 3 minus 2x, which is here. This is line y is equals to 3 minus 2x. Now on the same graph, I will put all the lines here. So this is the modulus y is equals to x minus 2x. And this is line y is equals to 3 minus 2x. Now the question was saying modulus is greater than 3 minus 2x. It means the modulus is above the line. Now this is my line. And above it, this part of the curve. Can you notice? From here. So what was this value of x? It was 1, right? So it means all the values of x which are greater than 1 will give me modulus above the line, whereas this side the modulus is below the line. So from the graph I can see the x greater than 1 is my actual answer, whereas when I was solving it I was getting this answer. So actually what happened, the inequality sign changes, the numerical answers are correct. Now this one is 1 and this is 3/5. This is not okay, but this answer is right. So numerical answer is right, but what is the sign of inequality? It depends. And that you have to verify with the help of the graph, right? So the only answer in this case will be x is greater than 1. Let's see how we can prove it or check it with the help of substitution. So if you see here, what I will check, I got these two answers, right? Suppose I don't want to sketch and I got these two answers. So I have to check my answer of this side are correct, this side are correct, or this side. So I have three possibilities: greater than 1, less than 3/5, or in between them, right? So let's check. Okay, so this was your inequality. So first I am putting a value x equals to 0, right? And I got it wrong. The answer, in the actual function which was given to me, I am putting the value x equals to 0. And what did I end up at? 2 is greater than 3, which is wrong. So the answer x equals to 0 is not correct. So I take answer x equals to 0 to check this side of the curve basically. So it means this is not okay. Now I am taking x equals to 0.8. I am picking up value from here, one value. So again in the function which was given to me, in place of x, I am writing this value. And I end up at 1.2 is greater than 1.4, which is again wrong, right? And please remember modulus minus 1.2 mean 1.2 actually the value. So now this result is also wrong. It means my answer is not lying here also. Now let me take one value from this side. So I am taking x equals to 2, right? And when I plug in the values here, x minus 2 and 3 minus 2x, I plug in the value x. What did I get? 0 is greater than minus 1. So my answer is correct. It means the only answer which is correct, which we got through graph also, was x greater than 1. So this is how we verify with the help of substitution. Let's check another example. This is also a past paper question, and in this one it was an index number. So exactly what we have seen before, that if something is given in the form modulus of r less than 1, we can write it as -1 less than r is less than 1. And I have explained this in detail in video 1 कि why do we get this result. So if you want to see why, you can see video 1 and the link is available on my blog. Okay, so to solve this equation, inequality, I am changing this question into this form, right? -5 and 5, and this is my r. After that, I am taking this part of the inequality here and this part of the inequality here. So I'm solving these two separately and I will see the common answer between them. So let's see this one first. -5 less than 2 power x minus 8. I'm solving here. Now you must know that when you have to find out x which is in the power, you take log on both sides. So I'm taking log on both sides. Then I'm applying power law. X is coming here as a multiple. If you don't remember log, you can again see my video in which I have explained all the rules of log. It is again available on my blog site. So I get x greater than log 3 divided by log 2, which is x greater than 1.584. Now let's see the second part of the inequality, which is this 2 power x minus 8 less than 5, taking 8 here, log 13 applying power law, and then log 13 divided by log 2. So I got x is less than 3.7. So I got two answers, x is greater than 1.584 and x is less than 3.7. So this is my answer. In this case there is no ambiguity, so this answer is correct. So thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you have learned something. Please do press like and subscribe. If you have learned something, you will get indication of my new videos. Take care. Allah Hafiz.